Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Wrestling is Her. I'm your host, Raja, and I'm joined by my silly co-host, John.
Hello.
And we have had a little bit of a hiatus here because of the circumstances of Joshi wrestling in the past 2 weeks since Nagoya Golden Fight. There was like 6 days with no wrestling. Then the wrestling that did come on was not live, so we've just had to wait it out. Wait for the shows.
Yeah, we've been trying. Showing up.
Doing our best.
Nothing there. I was like, okay. But it did give us a good chance to go back and really go down some huge holes of
As Joshi fans will, as with our free time, we decided to do some deep diving specifically into Gaia Japan.
Yes.
And let me just tell you, if you're a fan of Joshi and you've never ventured upon the Gaia Japan YouTube channel,
oh my God,
you need to. You need to see the gloriousness that is Gaia Japan.
It's just so much. It's really fun because it's this era, after the era, so to speak.
Right, yeah.
It's the era after the early 90s, going into like some of the girls and the ladies that'll be there in the 2000s. And this weird mixture there where you get...
It's a very strange mixture.
Where there's no age limits. Mm-hmm. And, you've got a lot of trainees that are just magnificent.
Yes, because Gaia Japan was started in 1995 by Chigusa Nagayo.
Yes.
It was her first... federation that she created on her own, and it produced some crazy stars. Notably, this is where Meiko Satomura got her start.
Yeah.
So there was we discovered some pretty crazy stuff in our ventures this past week.
Oh yeah.
Including a Lioness Asuka Chigusa Nagayo feud throughout the year of 1999.
Oh yeah.
With Lioness Asuka leading the heel faction, SSU, using weaponry and all sorts of crazy stuff, aligning with the Oz Academy faction.
and Raja doing all this without notes, by the way. She's Mrs. Notes.
Listen, I'm so invested. I want to see all of this happen.
We had so much fun. Listen, when the Crush Gals...
Oh, God.
When they reunited
at the end of 99 to form Crush Girls 2000
in this match. Listen, we'll cover this at some point long form, but when they reunite and the place erupts, we erupted because we had been in this big rabbit hole of
just
nostalgia,
hours and hours of watching things.
Just incredible. Not to mention some of the wonderful.
Oh no!
You want to say it?
Okay, so we discovered Team Eccentric, this being the tag team of Chigusa Nagayo and a young Sakura Hirota. And if you've never heard of Sakura Hirota, I'm sorry for you.
Yeah, shame.
I just feel bad for you because you're missing out.
So we were already Hirota fans.
Yes, Sakura Hirota wrestles regularly in Sendai Girls.
And everywhere.
She's all over the place. She's a comedy wrestler.
Yeah.
But one of the best comedy wrestlers you'll ever see in your life because her timing is immaculate.
Yeah.
You don't have to know what she's saying to just start dying of laughter during her matches.
It's amazing because anything that can transcend, because a big part of her act will be what she yells or what she says.
Yes.
And to not understand what she's saying, but yet get it.
You could still feel it, the hilarity of it.
And it's so great, so fantastic.
Yes, her matches specifically against Kuroshio Tokyo Japan in the last year are just spectacular. But going back to Gaia Japan in the early 2000s, Team Eccentric was a representation of Joshi during the Attitude Era of WWE.
And little bits and pieces of so many parts of the Attitude Era, so many characters.
It's so funny to see Chigusa Nagayo wearing baggy jean shorts and pigtails with a visor on.
Oh yeah, and all the pink.
Doing the spinneroonie. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic and it's well worth your time.
Apparently it was extremely popular as well.
Oh, yeah.
This act.
Oh yeah, fat.
At the time. Yes. Rivaling the what chants with the fat chants and the shirts that look just like the Stone Cold shirts. It's so good. It's so good.
So we're going to do one of our special episodes of where we go into somebody's career, and we're gonna.
We need to know everything at this point. I mean, how could you not? If you've not seen anything of Guy Japan, the matches are incredible.
Oh yeah,
it's like it is All Japan Women just later, and like with the same people. Devil Masami's up in there. Jaguar Yokota gets in there. It's everybody, honestly, and it's so good.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic, and it's not like we didn't know it existed. It's just that we
hadn't really deep dived it yet.
That was our blank. That was one of our blank areas, and we love that. We love when we go back. I remember a while back when we first discovered Beauty Pair.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you just kind of fall into these holes and learn more than you ever imagined you would.
Absolutely.
And it's such a passion of mine, right? Like I am on the Joshi history train. I want to know everything I can possibly find out.
And that's the fun part about this, is because, nobody's trying to act like a master historian. If we have one listening, wonderful.
Yes.
And we respect you, and hey, get a hold of us.
Please tell us everything.
Tell us what we need to watch. Tell us what we need to know about. But, we spend so much time watching All Japan Women. We spend so much time in late 70s, early 80s, the late 80s, the early 90s, and any indie, out there, anything, any startup, women in other places that we watched. And obviously Joshi is our passion.
Yes.
We try to cover the rest as much as possible, but
we love women's wrestling as a whole.
Absolutely.
But Joshi is just another... It's its own thing entirely. It's hard to explain.
And you're along on the journey with us. That's the fun part. So that's why we want to, anything that inspires us or sparks us, that's why we want to bring it out. And, we want to make that a bigger part of the show.
Yeah.
Just like the retro corner or something,
Talking about what we've learned over the past however long that it's been.
But speaking of learning.
Yes.
We learned a lot this week with the Goddess tag title thing.
Yes, the tag league is coming up.
It's so big. It's such a big deal to us, and we were waiting for the tag teams to be announced.
Oh, finally, I was like, I couldn't wait to see.
I just have to say, and I won't bury this before we talk about it, but I just have to say, I am so excited about the tag teams.
Me too. They have got some really great teams.
I was afraid that we were going to have another, rando generator. This person.
It was going to be like the one dream tag night, but like the whole tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. And as much as I wanted to see everybody who already had like a name in there already,
right,
be together, there may be one that we didn't get.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, there's some unfortunate things that have happened. But
we got FWC, we got O2 Line, we got,
we got so much good.
Very excited about it.
All 18 teams just sing to the heavens.
All right.
But before we jump into what's happened in the ring, I just want to talk really quick about the PWI Top 250 Women's Wrestlers, which came out this past week. And in the top 250, there were a whopping 75 Joshi wrestlers listed, including former Joshi wrestlers that are not exactly in a Joshi promotion anymore, but they have Joshi connections.
I take back everything I said last year.
Everything, all the bad.
I need to go back and delete social media.
But including, just in the top 50, we have Micah at number 4, Sari at number 6, Io Sky 13, Mayu Iwatani 14, Mina Shirakawa 16, Miyu Watanabe at 18, Miyu Yamashita at 19, Julia at 21, Sariano at 27, Tam Nakano at 28, Hikaru Shida at 31, Miki Iwata at 38, Natsupoi at 40, Natsuka Tora at 43, Chihiro Hashimoto at 47, and Hanan sitting pretty at 50.
Yeah.
And that doesn't count all the other ones that are down through the list.
It's amazing. Like, there's no way that Natsupoi should be below Miki Iwata.
It's subjective. This is always going to be like one opinion.
Natsupoi is one of the
list.
top 10 wrestlers on the planet. But
absolutely, I agree.
Mayu Iwatani.
But looking at the things they did in the prior year.
Yeah, Mayu Iwatani, again, top 5.
Absolutely for us.
No matter what list.
Yes.
But listen, I'm excited. I'm excited the fact that Joshi got their flowers.
Me too.
And the thing that's cool about that is you really hope that that'll open up some young girls' eyes and go, oh, who's these girls? And all
these wrestlers I've never heard of before.
I'm going to have to look into this and find out who they are and go check it out. I mean, that's just awesome.
Yes, and we would be remiss if we did not congratulate one Toni Storm.
Get it up, Tony.
For making the number 1 spot in the women's 250. Well deserved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Timeless Toni Storm. Her year was insane. She deserves every bit of that number 1 spot.
With what we've seen Toni do just since she lost the belt in AEW.
Yeah.
I mean,
the one match she had.
Yeah. Just that the Japanese and what she's doing in Mexico right now with the promo that just has already slayed me. I mean,
everything she touches is just gold.
Just amazing.
I love her so much. But it's been a great little time for women's wrestling here. But let's jump into the in-ring action, starting with a little Sendai Girls. We had the opening night on October 3rd of the 6th Jajama tournament, which has some of the younger talent going against each other,
Oh, yeah.
It's the Shrew tournament, as it's kind of translates to because of the unwieldy horse translation, like the tomboy, the woman that can't be restrained or knocked down. Yes, we love it very much. So in the first round, Spike Nishimura defeated Rion. Yuzuki defeated Soy. Sad about Soy losing.
I'm really sad about that as well.
And Hanoka defeated Mizuki Kato. Then on that same night, we had this little intermission match right in the middle where the top stars of Sendai Girls, Yu, Chihiro Hashimoto, and Sakura Hirota, took on Manami, Dash Chisako, and Miki Iwata in just a beautiful match. It was so much fun, right in the middle of this show.
I had such a great time during this match.
And after the match, Manami, who pinned Yu to win the match, called out Miki Iwata for a title shot.
Yeah.
Manami out here just won that title.
Hey, man,
that singles title.
You got to step up or step off.
Absolutely. The second half of the show had Chi-Chi defeating Spike Nishimura because Chi-Chi got a bye from that little first round. So she took out Spike Nishimura.
Wait, we got to stop. Anytime you say thy name. I'm a big fan of Chi-Chi.
Yes, we love Chi-Chi in this house.
All right.
Aya Sakura defeated Yuzuki, and Yuna defeated Miria Koga. So on the 18th in the semifinals, it will be Chi-Chi versus Hanoka and Yuna versus Aya Sakura, which are some big matches
and
for
this
this tournament.
And that'll come down to Chi-Chi versus Aya Sakura?
Probably.
And Chi-Chi goes over.
You're ready for Chi-Chi to win.
But Aya Sakura is another one. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Aya Sakura has been so serious lately and just on top of it. So we absolutely love to see her.
She's absolutely
all the time.
About to take that next step, I think. So.
She is, yes. And we have some pretty big stuff going on in Sendai Girls, like Hate coming over for a tag team match. Shiri's going to be there teaming with Dash Chisako. Just crazy stuff all over the place.
Absolutely. It's so much fun. You guys need to watch it. Wrestle Universe.
Yes. It's well worth it.
Well worth it.
You also get Tokyo Joshi Pro on there, so.
Yeah, and Marigold.
And Marigold, yeah. And then we also saw Momo Watanabe make an appearance. Oh, and Rina make appearances at the recent Diana show.
Yes.
Which was really fun to watch. And we got to see all the Diana wrestlers in their new tracksuits and Kyoko making fun of Jaguar Yokota.
And if you don't know, you can watch all of this. It's not just Stardom World, folks. We got the Diana on the streaming, and we got the pay-per-view. And
a lot of the Joshi promotions have their own ways of streaming things. Usually it's pay-per-view.
Absolutely.
You got to pay $25 to watch the show, but they only run a show once or twice a month.
Yeah, but it's totally worth it.
It's so worth it. The Diana show was really fun to watch.
The Diana show was great, if nothing else, just for the Jaguar jokes.
Just for Kyoko in a way, making fun of Jaguar Yokota.
It was lovely, and the tracksuits.
Yes, and I am especially looking forward to on the 27th the Marvelous show where Takumi Iroha will be taking on Meiko Satomura, and they're kind of billing it as like a like I saw it translated as Chigusa's DNA versus Chigusa's DNA, because it's like two of her most prominent trainees, but totally different generations, which is crazy to think how like far apart they are age-wise and everything.
Dude, it's something.
Same trainer. It's gonna be such a good match.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Takumi is
she's legendary already.
Yeah,
in my mind.
She's just next level, man.
She really is.
If she left and went anywhere,
yeah, she would be the number one star.
She is so vicious.
She's so good. She's so cool.
Yeah.
But that brings us to the recent shows in Stardom.
Yes.
Which we had 3 on the 11th, the 12th, and the 14th. And we're just going to kind of go through these and the important things that happened on these shows. Starting on 10-11 in Osaka, we had Momokogo and Mayu Iwatani teaming up in the opening match against Hanako and Waka Tsukiyama, a match which Peach Rock unfortunately lost when Hanako forced Momokogo to submit. And this is the first little inkling we got of Momokogo like seriously turning to Mayu Iwatani and being like, please team up with me in the Goddess of Stardom Tag League. She's like begging Mayu Iwatani to give her attention at this point.
Yeah, and if you haven't watched, so they've started putting on Stardom World, you can now watch the promos, the post-match interviews with subtitles.
Yes, with English subtitles.
It changes your life.
It's so good. Their chemistry is so good. And Mayu's cracking me up.
Mayu Iwatani, and I'm going to steal a word from you, is savage.
She is.
She is savage.
Like, there was a time when Mayu Iwatani was called, like, the worst wrestler in Stardom and stuff. And now she's, like, she's the icon, obviously.
I thought Momo Watanabe was the most vicious person there was on a microphone, because she gets a microphone and she's just real.
Well, I guess it's important for Mayu to be honest with her underlings in Stars.
She's like, you need to stop talking now. You're going to sound like an idiot. I mean, it's just so fantastic.
She basically said, she's like, I know you want to be a great wrestler, but I just don't know if you have it in you.
Yeah, you keep saying you're going to get better, but you just don't.
Oh my gosh. But she did agree in this backstage comment. She was like, yeah, I think we'll team up together. I'll even come practice with you. And Momo was like so excited that Mayu Iwatani's going to come practice with her.
Yeah, I mean, I firmly believe she'll show up with bruises all over her body.
So funny. After this match, we also had Hanako and Waka Tsukiyama making it very clear that they will be challenging for the New Blood tag team titles on October 19th with their tag team Rice or Bread.
Yes.
How much you want to bet that Waka came up with that tag team name?
I would imagine so. But let me ask you, rice or bread?
Oh man, that's hard. I think I'm a bread person.
Okay.
Sometimes I just eat bread because I'm craving it.
I would say bread right now because I had so much rice at dinner.
I do love rice.
Yes.
But bread is just so good.
Do you like white rice or do you like brown rice?
I like jasmine rice. It's my favorite.
All right.
But there was also a funny moment in this match where Waka Tsukiyama stole Mayu Iwatani's tail, and I don't think we've seen the end of that.
No.
That redemption.
No, but she stole the end.
She wore it.
Yes.
She was like relentless with the tail.
Sacrilegious.
In the next match, we saw a 3-way with Rion, Ruaka, and Hanan. These 3 are all the same age. They're all 19 years old, so that was kind of cool.
And that's the highlight of that match.
For them all to be wrestling. Hanan did say that eventually she would like to main event a show in a singles match against Ruaka.
I mean, you know,
anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Hanan is doing so great.
She's doing wonderful. Next, Saya Kamitani, Momo Watanabe, and Natsuko Tora defeated Rana Yagami, Lady C, and Shiri by means of hate interference and cheating, using the black box so that Tora could pin Rana Yagami.
Dirty heels. There
was a cool moment where Rana got like a really deep armbar on Tora in this match that, like, there were a few times we were like, is Rana Yagami about to pin Natsuko Tora or whatever? Like, it was a little touch and go there for a minute.
Yeah.
But hate did get the win.
Yeah, but Rana, listen, man. Rana has done so incredibly well as well.
She's top tier.
She is, man. I mean, just even with the tag, again, we'll talk about it later. But with the tag tournament coming up, it was one of my favorite tag teams that came out just from the seriousness and that angle with the karate and the martial arts, I should say.
So good.
But she's awesome, man. She gets better every single damn time.
I know. She's just it seems like she's very serious about what she's doing. And it's just, it gets better and better with every match.
Yeah, she really is in the right place.
She always learns. We had another 6-man after that where Saya Ida, Koguma, and Hazuki took on Mina Shirakawa, Xena, and Maika. And this was just a pure fun match. Like, they were not in here to wrestle by any means.
No.
There was Mina getting told off by Daichi just for being crazy on the outside of the ring during the Kuma dance. Koguma doing a running around the arena. There was people getting picked up and their butt slapped, you know.
This is why you watch the house shows.
Yes, for this kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the matches that are going to make you laugh the whole time. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be serious 100% of the time.
But there are the occasional really serious matches and storyline progression.
Absolutely. So Mina won this match for her team with the Glamorous Collection Mina roll up. And then in backstage comments, she did mention that she's a little jealous that Maika's getting so close to FWC and that they're going to be Fukuoka Triple Crazy come November.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, Mina's got her own friends outside of Maika as well. She's got Mariah and Tony.
Mina is that kind of person.
Oh, absolutely. She wants all the friends to like her best.
It's all about Mina.
It is. She says that, I'm pretty sure.
Mina broke the law and like started the I Want Mina chant and hashtag. You don't do that.
You don't do that unless you want attention.
And it just worked.
She's so cute all the time though. So
yeah.
And Maika has been known to give her lots of attention.
Yes,
in the past, in many different varieties.
Don't be an enabler.
I'm sorry. Mina, get your shit together.
Yeah.
But I love you. Okay. In the main event of this show, we had the full strength of Neo Genesis, Miyu Amasaki, Mei Seira, Suzu Suzuki, Azumi, and Starlight Kid versus Sayaka Kurara, Yuna Mizumori, Sariano, Natsupoi, and Tam Nakano. Cosmic Angels.
The two greatest things on the planet.
Yes.
Just verse one another. But my favorite thing in Stardom.
Yes.
Is when Neo Genesis comes out.
When they're all five together and they get to do the poses.
When they're all five together and they come out and they take turns doing the pose, each one of them.
Yes.
And like they're characters on a video game, and I'm like searching between each one.
Right. And you like go on one and they do their pose.
And they do their pose. And, you know.
Choose your fighter.
It's fantastic. And I don't mimic every one of them.
It's hard to. Some like Starlight Kids is really complicated. You have to learn it to get it down.
I'll teach you later.
And then Cosmic Angels, of course. Unfortunately, no dancing for the Cosmic Angel side, but that's okay. They did a cute little pose, so it's fine. They're just cute anyway.
Yes.
So this was a little bit of a prelude for the high-speed title match between Yuna and Mei that's coming up at Korakuen Hall at the end of the month. And this was the first time we got to see these two face off since Yuna got this title shot. And their opening spot was so good.
Yeah, it blew my mind.
I was like, what is Yuna Mizumori gonna bring to the table with the high speed division?
We've all been joking about it. It's like, oh, Yuna, she's gonna be high speed.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is even Yuna's making fun of it, right? She's doing
she calls it pine speed.
Pine speed. She's doing little jokes here and there. And I really think that this gave us a taste of, it reminds me of that first match that Orange Cassidy had to take it serious.
Right. It's like we're going to see a different level of this character.
And we got to see him do his thing, and it's like, oh my God, wow, he's amazing.
Absolutely.
And I think we're going to get the same thing out of Yuna because she dives so deeply into everything with her emotions. Yeah. She's such an emotional person. I truly believe that it might be one of the best high-speed matches.
I'm totally looking forward to it.
Ever.
I'm so excited. There was also a tiny prelude. I mean, it's not really a prelude because it's not official, but we did get to see some Starlight Kid Natsupoi facing off in this match.
Right.
Which I want that match to be made official for the Wonder.
That match is going to be one
Stardom.
That we don't breathe through the whole thing.
Oh, no. No.
Scariness.
There was an up and over in this match as well from Mei Seira where she like almost went completely vertical.
Yeah, she's still coming down.
I don't know. But Yuna was able to get the win in this match using the TP Sunshine. 1, 2, 3, Yuna Mizumori gets a win over Mei Seira heading into their match.
And then the post-match promo
from the Cosmic Angels.
In the back where they were trying to give Yuna energy.
Oh, it was so sweet because Sariano said, "You're always supporting us. You're always there for us. Now we're going to do the same for you."
Yeah.
And it's just, after everything that Yuna has been through to get into Cosmic Angels and to get to this point in her career to have a title match, it just felt so, like, amazing for her.
Yeah, it's what everybody wants.
Yes, so they all put their hands in and gave her some energy.
Anybody who's ever felt that and wanted that group of friends and those supportive friends, it's like that's what this is.
Yeah.
And you can kind of live vicariously through the joy that she's experiencing right now because she's finally got her place and they believe in her.
It's so cute. I love them so much.
I do too.
Best faction. So that brings us to October 12th in Komatsu. And this show was kind of... It wasn't... It didn't do a whole lot, okay? It was kind of just there. It just kind of happened.
The Komatsu show, man, I don't know what it was, but sometimes nights are cursed.
They just don't feel...
Something just doesn't match up. Something doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And it happens with anything, right?
Yes.
Anything. Anybody's day.
Yeah.
You know, you have your normal days, and some days you just feel like you shouldn't have gotten in a car and left.
Right. So let me just tell you what happened real quick, okay? Sariano defeated Rana Yagami in a singles match to open the night with the German suplex hold. Then after the fact talked about how good of a drummer Rana Yagami is and how she wants to face her again, eventually. Miyu Amasaki, Azumi, and Mei Seira defeated Sayaka Kurara, Aya Sakura, and Yuna Mizumori with the Rolling Star. So Mei Seira got her win back over Yuna from the previous night. Momokogo, Hanan, Koguma, and Mayu Yutani defeated Rion, Hanako, Mina Shirakawa, and Maika with Koguma's Body Splash. Tam Nakano and Natsupoi defeated Shiri and Lady C with the Fairy Gift, and the post-match comments of this match were quite interesting because Tam Nakano talked about how nice it was to fight with Shiri in a match again and how it's been quite a long time and that maybe they should do it with some stakes involved, which implies that we might be getting a Shiri red belt match in the near future? Question mark?
You won't, I mean...
God, I hope so.
I don't know if you'll survive it.
I don't know, but I need it. I think I need it to survive. And in the main event, Starlight Kid and Suzu Suzuki teamed up to defeat Natsuka Tora and Ruaka using the tequila shot. And this was them talking about a year ago, they faced each other in this building in the 5-star Grand Prix, and it was brutal, but now they're teaming up, and I love them so much as a tag team because they're still kind of awkward with each other. Like, they're not totally familiar with each other yet, and they're not really that close, but they're in the same faction, and teaming up is part of that, and I think they're taking it very seriously.
I believe so.
And I love that for them.
They're going to be great.
They're a force to be reckoned with, honestly.
Oh, absolutely.
With Suzu's brawling style and Starlight Kid bouncing all over the place and killing people's legs.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It's perfect. That brings us to October 14th in Toyama, which was a completely different vibe from 2 nights prior.
So, I mean, we love this place.
Toyama, this place in Toyama is brilliant. Perfect. The most wonderful. I don't know. You like see it and you're happy. Mm-hmm. Like we turned it on. We saw the venue. We're like, oh, yeah, we're here.
That's our place. That's our place. And this was the one last time we put over on this show.
It was so fun last time too.
Because of the song and dance and, you know, it was amazing. It was just the whole night was just really, the crowd was hot.
It's like
happy.
Everyone has fun when they get here and they're excited to be here and you can tell.
Again, listen, not to get too mystical about it, but there's some places out there that are just happy areas.
Yes.
And, you know, there's good mojo, there's good energy in the place. Sometimes it's a community, sometimes it's a whole city, and there's negative ones too, but this place is a gem. You want to watch shows from Toyama. It's
absolutely.
Honestly, the show was great, and I think a lot of that just had to do with the energy everybody had.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to point out before we move on to this match that on the 12th, unfortunately, Xena was injured in her match.
Yes.
Doing a dive to the outside on Momo Watanabe. She tore a ligament in her right knee and is going to be out of action for a while. And it looked like immediate pain. And like Waka and Sayaka were out there and they just immediately jumped into action to help her. And even Momo Watanabe was like trying her best to not injure her further, but still doing the match. And it was just a really scary situation. And we wish the best for Xena. Obviously, she's been a highlight of Stardom this year.
Yeah, Xena, get well soon, and all the positive energy to you.
Absolutely. We're going to miss you so much, but we hope to see you back as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
So we could see some more amazing matches. But on this 10-14 Toyama show, we started out with a singles match where Shiri defeated Rion with her ground Suzaku submission, which is always nasty. But this match was really good, like one of Rion's best performances. It really shows how like serious she is and how much she's grown through the months that she's been wrestling.
You can't. With that said, Shiri was
tough. The way she was looking at Rion when this match started, I was like, "Girl, you need to leave."
This is our favorite Sherry. This is our favorite, 100% favorite Sherry. When she is so intense, deadly, just eye of the tiger, and coming for you, and everything's so crisp, and clean and fast and
brutal.
The suplexes, the body slams, everything is just crisp and clear.
And I love it even more because it's the intensity but take away the erraticness and the chaos of being so angry at like Konami in a hate match. It's like a different intensity where it's just like, I'm here to wrestle you and make you better by doing so. And I love to see that.
Yeah, I love it because she started off with wrestling, and doing the wrestling, she would get her in positions.
Yes.
Where anyone with the eye for it could see that, I could end you right now, and I'm going to kind of let go of it.
Right. I'm just going to we're going to keep going.
It's way more intimidating.
It's like trainer Shiri, but she's not going to take it easy on you.
No, not at all.
Rion really performed in this match. I was very proud to see how far she's come. Next, Saya Ida and Koguma took on Suzu Suzuki and Mei Seira, and this match was completely overshadowed by the fact that Saya Ida threw her hoodie so far in the air that it got caught on the lights in the ceiling. Yeah,
it's happened before, but this time it wasn't as easily to be gotten down until after the match.
Yes.
But the match itself...
Oh, so good. It's Crazy Star.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was like some high-speed shenanigans. Then we had Saida get in there and just throw people around, and it was so good. These four know what they're doing in that ring. I think Koguma was like in serious high-speed Koguma mode because she was against the high-speed champion in this match. So it was all very serious except for the hoodie debacle.
Yes, the great hoodie debacle, though, was solved after with Okada-san. And
Taro Okada bringing out the smallest ladder and the longest pole you'll ever see in your life.
Sounds like the start of a joke.
And then Saida getting up there with Mayu Utani and Koguma holding the ladder, and she uses that pole to get the hoodie down, and everyone cheers.
And Stardom World kept all that on the stream.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it. After that, we saw Hanako and Waka Tsukiyama get yet another win over Rana Yagami and Lady C, where Waka Tsukiyama rolled up Lady C to get the win. So good for Waka.
Which is very interesting that it wasn't Rana that got pinned.
It is interesting, and I think this really speaks a lot to Waka's growth and also to the seriousness and intensity she had following Xena's injury and just how upset she was, and like she brought that into this match and was like, I'm not playing around right now.
I love the fact that Waka's always like that.
I know, she loves her friends so much.
She's always the first to stand up.
Yeah, she's an amazing friend and someone you want on your side, clearly.
Absolutely.
So Hanako and Waka Tsukiyama with another win going into their New Blood tag title match this weekend. Then we saw Mina Shirakawa and Maika team up to defeat Aya Sakura and Yuna Mizumori. And it was a good match. It was fun to watch. But following the match, after the jackknife for the win, Mina was upset, clearly upset. She was pouting. And Mike was like, what's wrong? What's the matter with you? And Mina was upset because earlier in the day, Tora-san had sung in Toyama without her.
Yes.
And she was like, it was like the Chan Mina version. So she was like, I composed this and I should sing it. So Tora, where are you? So Tora comes out to the ring with a guitar and we all sing Located in Toyama together.
And
Chan Mina version.
How could you not sing this?
Oh my god. The Toyama Nyaru is just infected. It gets you.
It's an incredible song, and it's always a fun moment.
It is, and I hope they do it every single time they're in Toyama, because it's like tradition now. I can't.
It is tradition.
I need to see it now every single time.
And hey, man, Mina has some pipes.
She does. She sang so pretty.
Yeah, after a match.
I was all about it. Yeah, so we're getting back to like the beauty pair crush gals thing.
Actually, before beauty pair.
Oh, sorry. We're getting back to the Mach Fumiaki.
Yes, who did it after matches, which is amazing.
She did. Like her voice was something else. So like, wow.
Ethereal.
After that match, we saw Konami, Saya Kamitani, and Momo Watanabe defeat Momo Kogo, Hazuki, and Mayu Iwatani with Konami's devastating buzzsaw kick right to the head. And this is just your normal hate fair, you know.
Hate fair.
And Momo Kogo being a failure again, I guess.
Buy your breakable furniture at Hate Fair.
Yes, that's exactly where you get it. And then in the main event, we saw Miyu Amasaki, Starlight Kid, and Azumi team up to defeat Sayaka Kurara, Sariano, and Tam Nakano when Miyu Amasaki hit Sayaka Kurara with the Tensai, following like one of the most brutal spears I've seen from Sayaka in a while.
Let me tell you, dude, this match was fantastic, but again, Sayaka looked freaking amazing.
She did. She's really coming into her own.
She's so good.
She is. And Tam Nakano like teasing.
Sounds like a broken record, but all the young girls in wrestling are fantastic right now.
That I don't like that generation with Hanako, Rana, Aya, and Sayaka is just it's an incredible, excellent generation of wrestlers.
Even throughout the sphere in other companies.
Yeah.
The ones coming up like Chi Chi, you know, I mean, just so many right now
over there and Sendai Girls, like everyone that we've seen is just so polished and so good.
If you think like, what's it like in 5 years, right?
Yeah.
And these are your champions, and
I know it's the future is bright.
Very excited about all this.
Me too. And I'm also very excited about the Goddess of Stardom Tag League.
Oh yeah, baby.
Which
Here we
is
go.
Starting on October 26th and running through most of the rest of the year, ending on December 8th. And they're doing it in block style, red block, blue block, as per normal. And we will have a little finals tournament after the block action is over, where the top 3 teams from either block will get into the quarterfinals. Number 2 and 3 on each side will face off, and then the winner of that will face the number 1 seed, and then the top red from that match will face the top blue from the match on that side in the finals. So we'll have a little tournament after the tournament action here, just like 5-star.
Yeah.
But let's talk about these teams that got announced at the press conference the other night. Starting with the red block, we have Konami and Saya Kamitani, Psy Queen, as they're calling themselves.
I like the name.
A combination of Psycho and Queen.
Right.
Azumi and Miyu Amasaki, O2 line, who were convinced to stick together by none other than FWC, who would know a thing or two about tag team wrestling.
Couple things. And
they've faced off many times before, and I think they see a lot of promise in O2 line as a tag team. Natsuka Tora and Ruaka, BMI 2000, the strongest of tag teams.
And I have to say, Ruaka and Tora looked awesome together.
They did. They looked so cool.
At the conference.
Everyone came dressed to the nines.
Oh,
I love it.
Great.
Tomoka Inaba and Ronnie Yagami. Showing up in gis and doing the little os.
Yeah, they did their kata. They were in their gis. They sit there like they were waiting, for the,
to be told what to do by the instructor.
Exactly.
Their hands on their
it was
legs.
Just awesome.
They look so cool together. They're calling themselves Inaba and Yagami.
And I like that because it's so old school, AJPW. Like you have like Hanson and Gordy.
Yeah.
You know, just having those names, just, you know, hey, we're ass kickers.
And it's easy to say. It just rolls off the tongue.
Here's our damn name. You know, no gimmicks needed.
I think they have a good chance of getting some stellar wins in this tag league.
I think they're going to shock us a couple times.
We'll also have Shiri and Saki Kashima teaming up.
Which, you know, you're in for some upsets, but you also have Shiri in there who's on a roll, who's looking damn good right now.
Yeah, like literally anything could happen with this tag team, which is the scary part.
Yeah.
My favorite tag team of the entire tournament, I think, Micah and Hanako. I was so worried that I wasn't going to get this tag team for Tag League. And
I know.
Seeing them come out together, I was so happy.
You squealed.
I am excited to see their brutal combo move in every single match and have a repeat of Micah and Megan Bain last year. I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, you squealed and
they're such a good team.
Then I woke you up.
Yes.
And,
I think I blacked out for a few
you off
seconds.
a little bit.
And them just drinking at the press conference and Micah laughing at other people. So funny.
They're going to be great together. I'm afraid that our little innocent Hanako is never going to be the same.
No, probably not. Also in Red Block, Mayu Iwatani and Momo Kogo, Peach Rock, which we have established before this point, but Mayu went in on Momo more here, talking about, you know, Momo, she always says she's going to change and then she never does. And I just think maybe this is her chance. Maybe this will be the time when she changes for the better.
This block is so damn good.
Tam Nakano and Sayaka Kurara, who looked absolutely adorable.
They looked like mother and daughter, and that's no knock on Tam.
They are mother and daughter.
It was just the way that where Carraro is like learning how Tam is doing it.
Yeah.
And, just so fantastic. This is what cracked Mike up, but
they got up together and said their tag name, and they're like, "Oh,
so adorable!" And you know, God, I could stop there. I mean,
they're
you
adorable.
know how talented they are.
And Sayaka wants to soak in all that Tam Nakano is. So she's on a roll already.
Yeah.
Tam's always loved Sayaka because she's cute.
I'm here for it.
And that's what she wanted in her tag team partner, right? She told Poi, I want a cute tag team partner.
Yes.
So she's got it.
She does.
And the final team in this block is FWC, Hazuki and Koguma, who were on a beach somewhere during this press conference.
Well, of course they are.
Rather than at the press conference. So, like you said, this block is crazy stacked. You've got Mayu, Tam, FWC, O2 Line, I mean, Saya Kamitani, Shiri, all in the same block.
So
my God.
I think that Peach Rock might come out with the most points in this because of the fact of Momokogo's whole story of trying to get better.
Right.
But then I woke up.
And you were like, no.
And obviously this is FWC's block. FWC, they are
tag team wrestling.
Yeah, they are her. And, you know, I really think that this is their block if they want it to be so. But you can't have any stiffer competition than what they've got.
Absolutely not.
I don't think there's teams on this list that can lose.
So if they're one of the three that make it from Red, who do you think the other two teams are that make it into the quarterfinals at the end of the tournament?
O2 Line, obviously. And that's where it gets tough, right?
It's so tough.
Micah and Hanako.
I would pick Micah and Hanako as well. And it's so hard because there's so many good teams. I'm gonna say Peach Rock. I think Mayu's gonna get Momo jazzed up and they're gonna do something.
It seems like a good story, doesn't it?
It does. O2 Line obviously is a great pick as well.
It almost seems
anything could happen.
It almost seems like a good time for someone to turn on Mayu Iwatani again.
It's time for someone to get better than Mayu and betray her all over again.
If you go back some tournaments in the past, I remember some little tiger jumping off. Yeah.
And a certain Io Shirai saying that Mayu wasn't serious enough for her or good enough of a tag team partner.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've got history here.
So, I think a heel Momo Kogo would be really cool, honestly. Like all in black. I think that would work perfectly for her.
I think you're right.
So, blue block, we have Waka Tsukiyama teaming with Rion, which is just, I like it. I think it works.
Yeah.
You got to imagine Xena was probably slotted in here somewhere.
I think you're fairly confident.
And that got a little messed up.
Right.
Hina and Lady C of God's Eye will be teaming together.
Which I like Lady C a lot more after watching her try to hold a laugh in.
She couldn't do it.
Having to breathe at the ceiling.
New Blood Tag Team Champions as of right now, Rina and Azusa Inaba will be in the tournament. Yuna Mizumori teaming with Aya Sakura.
Mm-hmm.
Mei Seira teaming with Kohaku from Wave, who has teamed up with Neo Genesis in the past, as we've seen. Saya Ida and Hanan. Wingori, of course. Gotta have Wingori in a tag team. What is this? Tournament? A tag team tournament?
Yes.
Yes, you do. Starlight Kid and Suzu Suzuki becoming an actual tag team in Tag League.
It's ridiculous.
It's amazing. Natsupoi and Sariano, of course. The good and evil fairy of Cosmic Angels teaming up once more. And the tag team champions, Momo Watanabe and Tekla.
Right.
So, as we know, Tekla is a little injured right now, but she said she can do whatever she wants, so it doesn't matter. So I guess we'll see how that pans out for Hate in the Tag League. But as far as this side goes, it's certainly more like up in the air than the other block, I think, because literally anything could go down.
It is, but there's still teams on here that are just too good to lose.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Who's your three?
I mean, Poi and Sariano, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Starlight Kid and Suzu Suzuki would be one of my picks just because they're on a roll recently. And I gotta go with the champs, Momo and Tekla.
Right. So you think that, with the champs, they're probably a sure bet.
It feels like it.
But then you got the New Blood tag belts. And those champs
it's very true.
are not going to lose either.
They're going to be trying their best.
Not as much, right? They're not.
Right.
They're going to be in the mix. They have to be.
Yeah, they're definitely going to get a fair number of wins. I think there's plenty of people in here that they could beat easily.
And you and I both believe Rena is ready to go to the next level.
100%.
Even when you see her on a stage with everyone else, she has that presence. She has that it factor.
Absolutely.
When she wrestles, she just shines.
Yes, she's amazing.
But forget the titles for a second.
Okay.
And I'll say Wingori always puts everything they have in that ring.
Every bit of their heart and soul.
I am excited anytime I know Wingori is going to have a match.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be so much emotion.
I know. That's what Saya Ida just gets in there. And then Hanan in there going crazy on people.
So I'm excited about that. Starlight and Suzu are like, it's a bar fight.
It's the Mad Tiger Women, I think they call themselves.
And Starlight, as we've said, SOK is kind of like the gatekeeper, and then Suzu is the barkeeper.
she just brawl with anyone that gives her a chance.
Yeah. Then you got Natsupoi and Sariano, which
they're a hard out.
So their story is still going.
It is.
I have to point that out
but they haven't tried for tag team gold since they had to abandon those titles when Natsupoi got hurt. Like, they never went back around to that.
I know.
Wouldn't it be a crazy redemption story?
It would be a crazy redemption story. There's something else that I don't know.
It's so hard.
I don't know.
There's so many good teams. It's hard to pick this early.
It is. I can't do it.
Can't pick just three. It's hard.
Right
hard.
now, I would say the champs because I have to.
Because they're the champs.
Natsupoi, Sariano, and Wingori.
To see Wingori even in the quarterfinal, semifinal area would be amazing because they've done so much good for the tag team division.
But they deserve it.
They do because they're amazing together and apart.
Yeah.
Anytime Saya Ida goes out there, she's going to perform, and Hanan is an ace, future ace.
Absolutely.
So coming up this weekend, we have two shows. On October 19th, New Blood 16, we will see Manami versus Rion, Lady C and Rana Yagami versus Sayaka Kurara and Aya Sakura, Hina and Tomoka Inaba versus Honoka and Kohaku of Wave, Starlight Kid and Miyu Amasaki versus Yuna and Spike Nishimura from Sendai Girls. Well, Spike's not really from Sendai Girls, but she's in the tournament right now. And then for the New Blood tag team titles, Rina and Azusa Inaba will defend against Waka Tsukiyama and Hanako. So that's a fun little new blood.
Yeah, it really is.
And that'll be a broadcast live, I believe, on YouTube. I think they went back to the YouTube route of new blood.
Good call.
And then on October 20th in Shizuoka, we have Sayaka Kurara in a singles match against Rion.
That's fun.
A little generational battle there.
Yeah.
Shiri and Rani Yagami versus Maika and Waka Tsukiyama versus Natsuka Tora and Rina in a three-way tag battle. It's very interesting. Some tag teams you don't normally see all that often. Like Natsuka Tora and Rina is like a tag team, just them two together. It's weird, but I love it. Mayu Yutani and Saida versus Momo Watanabe and Saya Kamitani.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
I like that too. It's really good.
Yeah.
Then we'll also have a Strong Women's Championship Challenger Decision Battle Royal. And the two winners of this Battle Royal will participate in the Strong Women's Championship Challenger match at Fighting Spirit Unleashed 2024 in Lowell, Massachusetts on November 8th. And that will be a four-way match to determine the number one contender to Mercedes Monet's Strong Women's Championship.
And Lowell is one of our
former haunts.
One of our favorites. Even if you say it incorrectly, it's one of our favorite cities.
Yes, Lowell. It's amazing.
Yes, it is. And we've seen, some interesting shows there live.
Yes.
So this one would be nice to be able to sneak away and
it would
go to Lowell and see it.
So the 8 women participating in this battle royal are Sariano, Starlight Kid, Hazuki, Koguma, Lady C, Hanako, Konami, and Ruaka. So 2 of these women will be going to America in November to face 2 other women, one of which has been announced is Anna Jay. The 4th has not. I don't know where they're coming from or how they're going to fill that last spot.
So let me just tell you this. If Starlight Kid and Hazuki wins this and it's coming to Lowell, we're going to Lowell.
Okay. I think Hazuki's like a really strong... If I was going to put one of these people against Mercedes Monet, Hazuki would probably be my first choice at this point. And I don't know if she's going to try to screw Starlight Kid in this match because of their recent problems.
Yeah, I mean, Hanako also would be a fun one.
It would, and she's been to America, so she's like, it's kind of like easy.
SOK and Hanako would be cool because
Sariano coming to America would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to see any of these ladies, honestly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And then we'll have Tam Nakano, Natsupoi, and Yuna Mizumori versus Mei Seira, Suzu Suzuki, and Miyu Amasaki.
That's a action-packed,
some
hellacious
more
main event.
Cosmic Angels versus Neo Genesis. There was another match listed on the schedule website that it just translated to God's Eye versus Stars, and I couldn't figure out if that was an accident or if that's an actual match that just got missed and the names didn't get put in. But if there's an extra match, that's why. I just didn't know what it was. So that is this weekend. This is some fun stuff.
A lot of fun stuff coming up, man.
Yeah, because this is our last weekend, and then they'll have the 6-day break till the 26th, which is the opening of the Tag League, and then the 27th is the Cork and All Show.
Yeah, and I mean, there's good stuff going on everywhere. The AEW.
Yes.
That we just saw one of the greatest women's matches.
We saw a couple. We saw Mariah May versus Willow Nightingale, which was incredible at Wrestle Dream. And then the recent Mercedes Moné match was against Queen Aminata was insanely good.
It was really good.
Just on a Dynamite.
And I thought it was Mercedes' best match on Dynamite so far.
And that title defense against Willow Nightingale was the best match of Mariah's run so far. So the ladies are really picking it up lately.
Man. It's popping off right now.
It's been so much fun, and we've had a great time here with the Stardom stuff and with gearing up for Tag League. We'll be here to review all of the Tag League as it comes.
Every time.
Absolutely. Every show that we can get our grubby little hands on.
Absolutely.
But thank you so much for listening. We love doing this show, talking about the women's wrestling that we love and the stories and all of that. We hope you enjoyed, and make sure you're following us at Wrestling Is Her on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to listen on YouTube. We also upload every episode there. But you can listen to us literally anywhere that you listen to podcasts: Apple, Google, Spotify, all the faves.
Yes.
But for now, I'm Raja. He's John. Thank you so much for listening to Wrestling Is Her.
Bye.